Okay, welcome. My name is Tilly, and this is Tarot with Tilly, and thank you for all of your love, your support. Thank you for joining me today. Um, if you watch me on a regular basis, you know that I have a lot on my plate, and so therefore, I don't get to do the weekly readings or anything as much as I would like, and I'm kind of going through a transitional phase, and I'm thinking, wow, it's eclipse season. Like, and it's so magical this year because we have three eclipses. Usually you have two eclipses for the season. You have the solar eclipse, then you would have the lunar eclipse. But this year we have the solar, well, we just had the solar eclipse. Then we'll have the lunar eclipse on July the 27th, I believe. And then come August the 11th, we will have another solar eclipse. And I thought, we're in such powerful energy this year. Being a collective 11 year, 2018, 2 plus 0 plus 1 plus 8 is 11. So 11 is the justice card. 11 is bringing in the balance. The 11 is making the hard decisions, making the hard commitments, making the hard choices, giving 110%, walking and talking with integrity, acting with integrity, being committed to yourself, your dreams, your goals, and your desires. And when we can do these things, when we can focus on that energy and move ourselves in that direction, magical, beautiful successes that you can't even imagine can come out of this kind of energy. So this year has been a very magical year. We have other transits still coming in the mix for the year of magic entering our lives, these moments of magic. So, and a couple of things I've noticed about the energy. One is that the numerology for the day for July the 12th was a 3. And then I think for the lunar eclipse, it's a 9. So that, and nines are all about endings and completions. But then the new solar eclipse in August, forget the fact that it's on the 11th and we're in the 11 years, so it's a double 11 energy for us. But it also boils down to a 3 again. And the 3 is the Empress. So it is all about our new beginnings, our new starts, the birthing of an idea, a plan, a goal, a dream, a desire. Now, also the solar eclipse in August, the numerology is actually a 30, and you rarely get a 30 number or 30 energy for a daily. So the 30 energy alone, even the worst kind of things are beautiful, are magical, are wonderful. There's success sprinkled everywhere in your lives. It's a time to celebrate. It's a time to rejoice. It's a time to say, I've got this. It's a time to plant those new seeds and to grow forward. Tapping yourself into your creativity with the 30 energy, tapping yourself into the creativity, your self-expression will just take you to the next level. So it's really about being true with yourself, to yourself. So I thought I would do each of the signs, and I just kind of wanted to kind of give that front for everybody, so that when I do the eclipse season videos for you individually, now the sun, the moon, and the ascendant, you should be checking all three. Okay. The sun is your outward, your deepest goals in life, what's important to you, how people view you, how you want people to view you, your goals, your dreams, your desires, your outward world. The moon is your emotion. How do you express yourself? How do you respond to things emotionally? And where can you grow emotionally? Where can you strengthen yourself emotionally? And then the ascendant is relationships, partnerships. So you want to know all of that when you are looking at these eclipses, and you need to view them individually, yes, but you also need to view them as a collective energy because they're building up upon each other. So a solar eclipse is a time of new beginnings, new chapters, new starts, new visions of your tomorrows, planting the seeds. So that's a new moon. A full moon, and the energy will last up to 4 weeks. A full moon is a time for completion, endings, healing, seeing where we are, seeing where we want the new beginnings and what has held us back. And that energy will last up to 4 weeks. So, but a solar eclipse or a lunar eclipse will last up to 6 months. Now, I think the Leo energy kind of supersedes the Cancer energy to some degree, because it is the final eclipse going forward before we hit the fall. So we have to look at all 3 areas and how we can walk towards our new beginnings, our new starts, our goals, our dreams, our desires, growing relationships deeper, traveling, education, groups and friends, our service to others, our destiny perhaps. What type of healing or closure do we need in our life? What kind of completion do we need? Learning more about ourselves. And I think the Cancer eclipse was a lot about learning a little bit about ourselves, knowing that we don't need to control everything. It was the sun and the moon opposing Pluto during this. So Pluto is the one that, Pluto, you have to ask yourself, how can I grow? How can I grow through deepening my own self-knowledge? Seeing where I react, seeing where I try and control, seeing where I might have a goal in mind, but it's not for the highest good. It has an underlying of manipulation or wanting to keep things the same, or stubborn, or jealousy might be driving my goal. Wanting to show off, wanting to let my ego shine instead of my heart shine. So where does that happen in my life? And I think throughout the course of the next 4 weeks, we'll be given glimpses of, now, why are you in the situation? And what is it trying to teach you about yourself? We come to the lunar eclipse. And that is more about groups and friends and social causes, humanitarian ideas, global awareness, and yes, ideas in general, inventive imagination, creativity. I think Mars is very close, if not exact, with this full moon. And so it's in retrograde. I would have to think that we are looking at how to go forward, of breaking through the wall, of knocking the wall down, so kind of watch your anger, back it up, think it out, whatever you want to say, whatever you want to do. Don't let that knee-jerk reaction come through. Mars is always wanting to go forward. Mars is our warrior. And Pluto, Pluto was the Cancer. That's our inner warrior being awoken with Pluto retrograde. Mars retrograde, we are walking back over some of our steps, some of our actions, or lack of action. And so we need to analyze what didn't allow a closure in my life, what didn't allow an ending in my life. Where am I fighting that healing that could come into my life and open up new doors and new ways of looking at things, new perceptions. And then we have the Leo. solar eclipse. And we have that 1111 energy. We've got that 30 energy. We've got the 3 energy of the Empress. Leo is our play. Leo is our romance. Leo is, getting up on that soapbox and saying, this is who I am and I love me for it. This is tapping into your creativity, sharing yourself through self-expression, creativity, recreation. But it's very much a me kind of energy. So throughout this solar eclipse to lunar eclipse and then back to the solar eclipse, and I failed to mention that Cancer, it was in our 4th house, right? That's family and home and heritage and foundations. So we'll probably be looking over the next couple of weeks, especially a little bit more towards our immediate home life, our family, our close friends, our allies, our close allies that we trust, that we lean on for support, that give us support, that give us encouragement. Our tribes, our clans, our foundations. And then it moves into more of a collective energy of groups of people, our humanitarianism, our social causes, our global awareness, and yes, our creativity and how we can use our creativity, our inventiveness in order to not only touch our life, our close family lives, but the collective. And then we move into Leo, which is that me center, that I am. That's the sun. It's ruled by the sun. Once again, what's our deepest goals? What's our deepest dreams? And how do we go forward? And we spent time contemplating home, family, foundations, groups, friends, global. And then we finally get to planting our seeds, which is our goals, our dreams, what we want in our life. So I'm going to do a reading for each of you, and stay tuned because it should, if I figure out how to edit properly, it should be coming on now. But in case I mess up, remember, I do love you. Welcome, Leo. This is eclipse season. My name is Tilly, and this is Tarot with Tilly. And we're going to turn to the cards and understand how to navigate our way through these eclipses for our surest step on our path. Now, it is affecting the Cancer. Solar eclipse was in your 12th house. Okay, so this is a time of great healing, to allow that healing to happen in your life, to allow endings, to allow closure, to understand what needs to go in your life, what no longer brings value into your life. And then it goes to, I believe, your 7th house, Aquarius, for the full moon lunar eclipse. And it also, it's at 4 degrees. So it's really going to be about family, what it means to you, where there needs to be closure, where you want the new beginnings as well. Because 9 energy, closing energy, completion energy only allows you to move forward, to clear the path for the new beginnings, the new starts. It could be a deepening of relationships. It could be partnerships. It could be, sharing, and also sharing of your time, your energy, your finances. Where do you have alliances in your life? Where do you, where do your enemies lay? People that work against you, people that grab your energy, zap your energy. And then it moves into, woohoo, your sign. So happy birthday ahead of time. And that's the solar eclipse. And I believe it's going to be around 18 degrees. So I'm going to go with the number 18. So we have that, the true closures in our life happening and allowing them to happen, the deep healing, so that we can celebrate ourselves, so that we can step into the path we truly want to step into. Our dreams, our goals, our desires, and our deepest goals in life. So what a kickstart for you to the rest of your life. So there's some work to do leading up to it. And that's very obvious with the solar eclipse energy and the lunar eclipse energy that precedes the solar eclipse in your sign. So let's turn to the cards. Our first card is the Page of Cups. Wow, the Page of Cups. Well, first thing I got was the veil for contacting your angels, God, your spirit guides, source, the universe, whatever you give that a name to, that divine presence that surrounds you, that guides you, that opens paths for you. The veil is so thin. The communication can be so strong right now. Pay attention to your environment. Pay attention to your world. What songs consistently play on the radio? What things do you see over and over again? What are you being drawn to? What is catching your attention out of the corner of your eye? Those things are meant for you. They're messages. They're clues to where you need to put your focus, where you need to put your attention, where you need to allow closure, where you need to allow new beginnings, where you need to allow healing in your life. So pay attention. Now, focus on the future. Look forward with excitement, with expectation. And all those little worries and concerns and those dramas that threaten to sweep you away, wash you to the beach like a little drowned rat, don't give it attention. Don't give it the focus it's trying to demand in your life. If she were to turn around right now and realize that wave, the facial expression would surely change, but she would probably get toppled over. If she keeps her focus on going forward, of creating the new beginnings, that wave might even completely miss her. Or she'll get a little wet. Or a little, whew, what was that? Eight of Swords right in the middle here. Our perceptions need to change. Our understandings need to change. Where we thought we were limited, where we thought we were trapped, where we thought we'd painted ourselves in a corner, truly don't exist anywhere else but in your mind. And you have choice, and you have free will. Your feet are not tied up here. Start swaying them around. Start kicking out the dirt. Start seeing what happens. And yes, you might get a little bit of pain because probably, just chances are, you're going to kick one of those swords and you're going to nick your foot. But at that point, you realize that you have a talent or an ability or a way forward, because you know that with that sword, you can cut those ropes that tie your hand, that bound your hands, that bound you into a certain situation or relationship or way of thinking. And once you release your hands, you can lift up that blindfold and you turn around and you see your dreams closer than you thought they were. Attainable, tangible. And you step into the happily ever after. This truly is a starting point for you. Gentlemen, start your engines. It's a starting point to new beginnings, new starts, or elevated paths. Taking it deeper, taking it to the next level. Moving forward, knowing that you are deserving of a happily ever after, of joy. relationships, family, beauty, balance. For work and career, what defines you? Look at this, Queen of Cups with the Seven of Swords. Okay, so Queen of Cups is love. It's your expression of love. But before you can really express love to anything or anyone in life, you have to love you. So the strongest message is to love yourself, to see your beauty, to see your worth, to see what you bring to the table. To know that you bring something to each and every situation. That you have gifts and talents and abilities. And stop cluttering. Stop trying to take all this extra stuff with you on your journey forward. You are going somewhere. Now, it could be collective groups, teams, because that's a fair, that's a carnival. It will definitely, whatever you are going forward in your life affects many. And it's for happiness and it's for joy. Maybe you are the star performer for this event. But only take what you need. Don't weigh yourself down with extra burdens, extra responsibilities, extra obligations that weren't yours to begin with. And don't put your trust so much in everybody else. Look towards yourself for your own safety, for your own well-being, for your own balance. And that doesn't say that you're going to be a hermit or you're going to be alone. But you are going to know that regardless of, taking a chance on a relationship and, I get the sense of there's people that you try to bridge out of your life because you're not sure about what they represent to you, if they really mean well in your life, if they're trying to support you, if they're trying to stab you in the back. Well, trust your own intuition, definitely. But this is knowing that no matter what anybody tries to do to you in life, you've got this because you've got yourself. You've got your courage. You've got your sage wisdom. You've got your talents. You've got your abilities. And so you don't need all the extras. You just need you to believe in you. You just need you to believe in you. And truly believe in yourself. For love and relationships, look at this, the Tower card. What do we have? We have the lunar eclipse in your 7th house, and we get the Tower card and the 6 of Swords. Wow. Everybody's just like, oh no, my relationship's coming to an end. No, that is not what it means at all. But we are going to be working on our relationships. We are going to be plugging the holes. We are going to be having those deep conversations. So think about what you want to say, what your message needs to be. Think about how you want them to respond. Think of their steps, their part in the relationship. And this could be a lover, it could be a soulmate, it could be a child, it could be a parent, it could be a best friend, it could be somebody in the workplace or the community. A sibling, perhaps. This is tearing down some walls within relationships. And I keep getting that throughout it, don't I? It keeps pulling me back to the relationships for you and maybe mending some bridges. Maybe starting over. Maybe making a stronger commitment to each other. Maybe getting to know each other. Maybe co-creating and growing as one together, where you've always kind of pulled away from the relationship in some way. Never really stepped into the relationship. This is, this could be journeys and travel together that really open up the relationship, grow the relationship. You ever go on a trip with a good friend and you learn so much about each other, and you grow and you deepen that relationship, or you learn so much about each other that you realize that this person was never a good choice in your life? And that's the kind of energy. So it's going to be very strong energy. Make sure that we are not knee-jerking the energy here, because it's about fixing the relationships. It's about strengthening the relationship. It's about, yes, taking the ultimate path forward with each other, supporting each other, loving each other, respecting each other, co-creating with each other. Spirituality, we have the Queen of Swords. So when you are meditating, when you are praying, when you are reflecting on your path forward and what you want to summon into your life, so your new moon affirmations, your mission statements, your mantras, even when you write in your gratitude journal, what are the things that you want to be present in your life? What is the beauty that already surrounds you? What do you want more of? Where do you want to grow the abundance? But you hold that sword. You're like, if something comes my way that does not agree, I am ready to cut it away, to not allow it in my life. And I've said this one for another sign already. So, check back on your moon or your ascendant, or maybe it's your sun that you haven't watched yet. See if it's in your video, if it's a strong message for you or not. But in a meditation, see yourself asking Archangel Michael to come down with his sword and cut through any kind of cords that are attached to you that do not belong, that dissipate your energy or your time or your resources. And cut away the negative energy that surrounds you, especially in relationships, where people become dependent on you. Health and well-being. Look at this. We have the Magician. Well, the Magician, when he comes up solo like this, I really do have to warn you about the trickster. Okay? The Magician is just that. He holds a coin in his hand, and next thing you know, it's popping out behind your ear. And how did that happen? So, don't get into any kind of new fad diets or some kind of wacky new exercise program, or, do the tried and true for the most part. But the Magician, now that I got that out of the way, the Magician is, what do you want? What do you want going forward? What a strong card to have, because a lot of the health and well-being readings that I've done so far are more about releasing the stresses in your life. And stress is very evil to the human body. It can lead us to very depressive states. It can lead us to self-doubt. It can, all of a sudden you're getting that cold sore, or the flu, or a part of your body starts to ache, or worse. So by eliminating stresses in your life, by really understanding the overall picture of what you want to step into. And for each of us, it's a little different, absolutely. For some of you, it's your service to others, or the community, or the world at large, or your family. For others, it's career, job. Others, it's your family. It's your white picket fence and 2.5 kids and a dog and a cat. What is your picture of true abundance, true joy, true happiness? Now, this card is saying, yes, take time to unplug, take time to meditate, take time to reflect on your path forward of what you truly want to step into. Because it can be yours. The magician always delivers. Whenever we have that one energy, we really have to mind our thoughts, because if we're thinking negative, those things will materialize on our path. Absolutely. The magician will grant it to you. So be conscious of your unconscious thoughts. Pay attention to your dreams, your self-talk. Imagine your dreams, your goals, your desires, but in detail form. I mean, watch the movie. You want a new house, then tour the house room by room. What's the color of the carpets, the walls? What kind of lighting fixtures do you have in it? What's the tablecloth look like? What does the plate set look like? Get to minute detail. If you just say, I want more money, and you walk out on the sidewalk and find a coin, you have had your wish granted. You may not have wanted it like that. You may have had a whole different picture in your mind, but you didn't bother to take the time to send up the whole package. You just sent a sentence. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.